Okay, I lied in the last video. We're going to do one more, and hopefully you see at the bottom, this one doesn't ask you to graph. This one actually asks for the circumference and the area of the circle. So to figure out the circumference and the area, we're going to have to find the radius. So we are going to have to complete the square again. And then just remember your formulas for circumference. Circumference is 2 pi r. So 2 times pi times the radius. And then the area is pi r squared. So feel free to write that down if you need to. Okay, so we're going to rearrange this because you can see I have x squared on the left with some x's, a y, and I have y squared on the right. I want to move all the constants to the right, and I want all the variables to the left, and I want to organize them by letter and in descending order. So when I write the left side, I'm going to write x squared plus 8x. I'm going to leave a little room to complete the square. And, oh, I didn't think this through. I'm going to add y squared to both sides. I'm also going to move this 10 over. Just put it back because there's more room. Okay, so then I'm going to have some space I'm going to fill in. Now I'm going to work with the y. The y has been moved over, so now it is plus y squared minus 2y. Leave a little blank. And then I'm going to combine like terms over here. Negative 2 and positive 10 equals 8. Does that make sense? Okay, now I'm going to complete the square, which means I'm going to work with the x's first. So when I work with the x's, I want to take half of this 8 and square it. So what I'm actually adding to each side is 16. That's what I added. And so on this side, I'm going to have to also add 16. I want to leave myself enough room. And I'm going to work with the y's. I'm going to take half of negative 2 and square it. And that's a positive 1. And if I add 1 there, I'm going to have to add 1 over here. Okay. So that was what I did to complete the square. To make the equation equal, I do the same thing to both sides. So over here, I'm going to write this in factored form. Well, hold on. And when we factor that, x times x is x squared. And then a positive 4 times positive 4 is 16. And that will give me 4x and 4x, which is 8x. Same thing with the y's. I'm going to do y, and it's going to be minus 1 and a minus 1. Because again, negative 1 times negative 1 is positive 1. This is negative 1y. Negative 1y makes negative 2y's. And then over here, when I combine like terms, I'm thinking 25. Okay? Now I can rewrite this, so I write this as this binomial squared. It just looks nicer. It's the same thing times itself, so let's write it with a square. And then we can figure out this circle will be centered at negative 4, 1. I'm not really interested in that right now. What I am interested in is what is r. So if this is 25, r is going to be 5. So the circumference is going to be 2 times pi times r. So the circumference is 10 pi, and we'll just leave the pi in it. And where the area is pi r squared, and so the area is going to be 25. Again, just leave the pi in it. So not only have we found the center, we know the radius, and therefore we can find the circumference and the area. All right, hope you're having a good day.